You are now tuned in to the Players Den podcast. It's your boy Wayne.
Tone.
And we back, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Today we got a very special guest in the building. Former Falcons wide receiver, first round pick, Michael Jenkins, man.
What's up, man?
Welcome to the show, brother.
Appreciate you pulling up, brother.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, let's clap it up for Mike Jenkins one time, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Appreciate you pulling up, family. For
Absolutely,
sure.
man. You want to go ahead and get straight into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So, man, we know, you played for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You ended your career with,
New England.
We not gonna.
But that was what, 2013, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 7 seasons with the Falcons.
7 there, and two in Minnesota.
2 in Minnesota. But let's backtrack. Let's get back to how you even got into the sport of football. Like, how you get there, brother?
Yeah, how I got in there. Wow, it went way back.
We do.
My dad was military. We was living in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I just wanted to play. I wanted to play tackle football, and Pops was like, nah. And at the time, he was saying no. I didn't know. You're a kid. You don't know why he really saying no. But he was like, at the time, to him and my mom, and it was like they didn't really have the funds to pay for fees and pads and all this and that. Right. So obviously he told me later, but he was just like, all right, if you get straight A's in this, you do your chores, have your bed made, military style. You get all this stuff
that bed made.
Yeah. Then I think about signing you up. And I came home with that first report card, straight A's, everything was done. So he was like, I got to do it. You know? So he held his end of the bargain, and from 8 years old, and it took off from there.
I'm about to say it had to, because you ended up at wide receiver university.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Some people argue that. You got a lot of LSU fans that argue that.
Yeah, you're right. But, for now, we saying wide receiver university, because that's how I look at it. That's how a lot of people look at it. I'm a big college fan. I'm a Georgia fan. So, a lot of people give us DB University, and then other places like LSU try to take that too, and Florida, everywhere. Yeah. So, it is what it is. I think Georgia's a running back university.
For sure.
I give us that. But you played at Ohio State, man. How was recruiting? Like, was that your first choice, or was that the biggest choice for you? How did you get to Ohio State?
And that's kind of crazy too, because I took 4 visits. At the time, you could take 5. I still think it's the max is 5. I don't know what it is.
5. Yeah.
But I took 4. I went to Notre Dame. I went to Georgia Tech here.
Okay.
Being a Florida kid, and then I went to Virginia Tech because Vick was there.
Right.
And then Ohio State, believe it or not, 99, which was like started my senior year of high school. They went 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
So back then you couldn't even go to a bowl game if you didn't have a winning record.
Right.
Okay.
So I go on my visit in December. None of the team is there. Mind you, Florida kid. Basically, team is gone. Stadium is shut down because they're renovating. Nobody's on campus. Class is out. It's cold. And then I told my pops, like, this is where I want to go.
Well, dang.
So,
what sold it for you?
What sold? You honestly, said it was cold. Nobody was there.
Yeah,
I want people to be there. I want hot weather.
Was it the facilities you saw? Was it the campus? Was it
because it was plain Jane?
Nah. It's just, I tell people, it's almost like buying a house. Or buying just like your first place to live. Like you see a spot, you're like, yeah, it's cool. See another spot, like, nah. But then kind of when you walk into it, that's just the one. Like, it was just the one.
It was just
the one. That was it. Yeah, it worked out.
And that worked out as well.
Yeah.
So before you get to Ohio State, you say you played football, high school football in Florida.
Yeah.
Tampa.
So what star recruit were you, and what were some of your numbers? If you can, I know that was a while ago, but
Yeah, 2008 has stars.
Okay, they didn't
have
it yet?
Okay, wow, we learned something new.
I think the star system started like 02, 03.
Okay.
Kind of in there.
Learn something new every day.
What would you rank yourself then if you
were
a star?
They used to do like the top 50 players in the state of Florida, and at the time I was number 2.
In Florida.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was him.
Yeah, it was
so
a big
he was a 5-star. He was a 5-star. Hey, y'all, he was a 5-star.
Okay, cool. Now, once you get to Ohio State, kind of like walk us through how your career progressed. You did what, 3 years there?
I did all 4.
Oh, you did all 4. Okay.
There.
Won the championship.
Obviously won a natty. I get there as a freshman. I didn't, kind of had that option to redshirt or not. And I wanted to play. Obviously, I didn't play any offense, so I was all special teams.
Okay.
Because they had some senior receivers. They had basically 3 senior receivers.
Yeah.
And then the guys kind of on the twos were sophomores. One of my best friends, Drew Carter, And then obviously I was a freshman playing special teams. And then we go into my sophomore year, and the projected starter, who was Drew Carter, he tears his ACL in preseason. And so, he goes down, and then there's just an opportunity where things just happen. It was unfortunate, but I was able to get in, start, and it just took off.
It took off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You finished there with 2,898 yards, 16 touchdowns. You won the Natty. The year y'all won the Natty, you was the leading receiver. You had over 1,000 yards. Like it just worked out from the jump for you.
Yeah, I was blessed.
Yeah.
Good sophomore year, obviously good junior year, and then everybody thought obviously you win a Natty, you got 1,000 yards, you go into the league, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I enjoyed college, man. I was only 20.
Facts.
So when I left Iowa State as a senior, I was 21.
Right.
So
I was still kid.
I wasn't in no rush to get to the league. It wasn't really even on my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
So what did you, if you didn't go league, what would have been some things that you would have thought you would have end up doing? Like
not playing football at all? Probably something in business.
Okay.
Yeah, in the business realm.
Right.
I don't know about Wall Street and all that, but it would have been something either entrepreneurial, trying to start something, or continuing on my education, which I end up doing later on, get my MBA.
Okay, awesome.
And who knows what happens.
Right. So who are some of the notable teammates that you played with that Natty year?
Name a lot of people know is Maurice Claret.
Right.
His crazy self. Love Reese, man. Reese really turned his life around. Doing big things now.
Shout out to Maurice.
Mike Doss was a 2-time All-American on defense. Just trying to think of some big notable names. Will Allen played a long time for the Tampa Bay Bucks, Pittsburgh Steelers as a safety. R.I.P. Will Smith, who played for the Saints. Defensive lineman.
Man, that was tough how that happened in New Orleans. Man, rest in peace to Will Smith.
But those are some of the big names. Chris Gamble was another big. He was kind of Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter. We had some studs out there.
A lot of people Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter. They're just getting the name.
He's just getting the name.
Champ Bailey. But we, what I'm saying, we're gonna leave that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Travis Hunter though. I ain't no hater.
Oh he legit.
It's been guys been doing that. So you're not really thinking about the draft, but it's your senior year. You it's time to get to the draft. What was on your mind? Did you believe you was a first round pick after?
You think you are,
right?
And then they got the whole process where you can kind of get your draft grade to kind of see. And so mine came back late first, early second,
right?
And that's pretty much exactly where it went,
right?
But we had 7 guys. There were 7 guys that got drafted in the first round as receivers.
Ooh,
wow. In 04.
Okay.
Good God
so,
almighty.
And they
receiver every draft.
Yeah, and legit dudes. You talk about Larry Fitzgerald.
Absolutely.
Man.
Reggie Williams.
He was military background too.
Yeah, Reggie Williams, who was out at Washington. Roy Williams from Texas. Lee Evans, who was at Wisconsin, went top 15. Michael Clayton out of LSU, and then another guy, Rashawn Woods, out of Oklahoma State, and then I was the 7th in the first round. So
that's a lot of receivers.
Yeah.
It's crazy how every person, regardless of what sport you are, they know everybody that was drafted.
How do y'all know? Why? That's the thing.
Do you take that person? Did
you take it personally?
Did you feel like you were better than those guys, so you made it your point to remember those names?
Nah, it wasn't like a Amon St. Brown type thing where he, taking it out on everybody that went ahead of him. It wasn't like that. It was just the fact that it was part of one of those classes that it was just 7 guys that got first round grades and got drafted first round. And then even Devery Henderson, who went to the Saints from LSU, he went the 34th pick, in the second round. So it was just
a top heavy for receivers
receiver that year. Now, plus we had probably 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in that draft too, with Eli, Phillip Rivers, and Roethlisberger.
Right.
So that was that whole 04 class. Geez. So it was deep. Yeah.
So you get drafted, pick 29, and you hear the Falcons
coming to Atlanta.
You went to the visit for Virginia Tech with Vick. You didn't go play with him in college,
thinking you.
But now it's dang, I'm now we big in the NFL with it now.
I know it's came to Tech, Georgia Tech, then ended up playing in Atlanta.
Right.
Going to visit with Vick and Virginia Tech, then playing with him, but it all came full circle
That's
here
crazy.
to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And of course, Vick was probably, man. We talk about this traffic we just went through with Messi. Vick had the traffic like that when he was here in his prime and his heights.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Because he was the face of the league, man. He was the NFL.
That's why Nike, everybody was like, come on, brother. We got the money for you.
I mean, we travel with him, and it'd just be like Michael Jackson type paparazzi waiting at the hotel.
Sheesh.
Like the team would go in the front entrance, and then like 4 dudes with security take Mike a whole different route. You wouldn't even see him. He would just be at meetings, you know. So that's just how big time 7 was here.
Yeah.
How much the city loved him, the NFL loved him.
Yeah, facts. They still do.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy belated,
happy
too.
Belated.
Happy belated.
Just
My
had a
boy
birthday.
just had a birthday. All white party, too. I saw it. Boy was shining. But so you here in Atlanta. How did it go for you, like, playing with Vick? Like, I'm going to ask you, because I grew up watching y'all play.
Absolutely.
It wasn't, like, the best of times. We did go to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
But how, like, in your experience, like, how was it playing with 7?
I mean, you get caught up kind of in the moment sometimes with 7, because in
around,
practice,
right.
he don't really show his full potential. Like, his
Fennerin
full,
said the same thing.
He don't
Brian
show his
said
full
the same
speed.
thing. He told the
don't
same
really
thing.
show the, you know, the arm is there, but he don't really show it off in practice. But then when you get in the game, you like you blocking, and you can see him and a linebacker running to the sideline. And most quarterbacks just gonna run out of bounds, and that's it. But nah, Vick about to turn the corner, make this dude miss, and get another 30, 40 yards, and all of a sudden you spin around and got to try to find a block, because you kind of get in awe of just how impressive this dude was on the field.
Right.
So, I mean, from that aspect, it was crazy, the things he could do, the arm strength, the speed, is unbelievable. And then on the flip side, as a receiver, you knew he wasn't as polished as a quarterback as he could have been until he got to Philly.
Right, and that's why I tell people that.
Yeah.
I be telling people that,
Like
man.
that Philly,
His
Philly
grew.
Mike as a quarterback
man
was next level.
Next level,
Because
man.
McNabb and Reed like really got him at another level, studying film, coming in early, working out, and him and D-Jack in that year they had with Philly, man.
that was a good year. I was really hating on Philly when I seen him throwing that ball like that. I was like, damn, like we could have.
I was upset, man.
I was really
I wish he
upset,
coulda
man. That
stayed.
hurt, man. I wish, like, that's one of the biggest things in sports history for Atlanta, like the what if with Michael Vick, like him getting out and just coming back to Atlanta, but it just didn't work that way, and I just felt like he was so much better just sitting for a while and really growing his mechanics. Because when he got out, he was like, to me, he was a top 10 quarterback in the league.
For sure.
I think he had a mental
He didn't even
switch.
run much. He was like, oh, I'm going to show y'all
His
what I can
approach
do.
to the game was different. He grew a lot. He learned from his
That's what I'm
mistakes.
saying.
And he applied everything, and he showed it on the field for sure.
But Brian Fennerin said the same thing. Like, you just didn't get much out of him in practice as much, and he wasn't a film guy either.
Yeah, not back then.
Yeah, he wasn't a film guy back then. That's what I was telling people too. Like, when he got to the Eagles, it was totally different.
Yeah, and I also think when Petrino and that staff came, even though it all fell apart, but they came here for Mike. Like, Bobby came here to coach Mike, to be with Mike, and then everything happened and all that. But I think Petrino and the way he does offense would have helped Mike as well grow and be an even better quarterback. But that,
and I was gonna ask you about that Bobby Petrino era. Like, man, so he not coaching Vick.
Nah.
So he just like
he checked out.
He checked. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he checked out.
Okay.
Yeah,
We gonna leave it at that. My boy checked out, y'all. He didn't want to be here no more. Because ain't no way
Makes
he can
sense.
sign a contract on the contract. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we definitely, my boy Chase Elliott, one of my best friends. I've known him 10 plus years. He had a couple of questions for you. He wanted to know about the Bobby Petrino era, but just know he checked out, brother.
He checked out.
So you already told us like the culture was when Vick was here, like paparazzi, he going through different doors. How was it when Matt Ryan came?
I mean, Matt came in, was just a professional from the start, even as a rookie, because that 08 year, we went to the playoffs.
Man.
And
I cried that year. I actually shed a tear. My dad
It
passed
came
away
full
that
circle
year.
that year.
He never really got to see the Falcons really blossom
Yeah.
as much until we went to the NFC Championship that year. But my dad passed away in 2008. And then that first game, week 1 against Detroit,
My goodness.
My fucking God. I cried that day. Because I couldn't believe it.
Matt Ryan first pass. What was it, 62 yards, 62-yard touchdown to you.
Yeah.
Well, I know you was like, man, yeah.
Week
how did
one,
that feel?
You get a first catch, 60-plus yard touchdown. How'd that feel?
It felt good. Yeah, it felt good. It was one of the things Matt talks about. It was like, of course, it's his first game. He just wants to get an easy completion.
Mm-hmm.
And so a real easy, basic bread and butter play for us is just like comet sink, what we call it. And it's just like a curl on one side, Roddy running a curl in the flat, and then I got a the backyard post, backside post. And typically Detroit always played a certain coverage to this formation. And this one time that play, they rotated a different way, which allowed Matt. It's like, oh shit, man. I got Jink backside on his post.
4-5, y'all. GGs.
And he let it go. He let it go, and it all worked out.
I was so shocked when you did it because we didn't see that much.
Yeah.
Very shocked.
I was screaming when that happened.
Shake the house.
As a kid.
I shook the house, man. Man,
that was really all we had, too, because Mike T went crazy.
Man, Michael Turner, bro. I don't even.
Mike T had almost like 200 yards.
It was like 220 that game.
Yeah.
He led it, I think he was number one in rushing that year.
Yeah,
he went crazy.
Man, listen.
He
bringing in Michael Turner, bringing in Matt Ryan, drafting Matt Ryan, do you wish, you could have, played more with Matt?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, it's a business.
Right.
Things happen.
Right.
They obviously saw we didn't get enough done against the Packers that year. We went 13-3.
Right,
lost,
man.
in 2011, and so but things worked out. We got Julio. You know what I'm saying? So Julio came in, Hall of Famer.
We was just getting blessed, just left and right. Where's this coming from?
So how was it for you in the wide receiver room? Because I know you were with Roddy White. Did you get a chance to work with Julio? Were you here when Julio was here?
I only worked with Julio because the NFL was on lockout.
Okay.
So nobody could go to the facility. So we was all at Buford High School way up north.
Yeah, they got great facility over there.
Right.
Yeah, but we was on just like the public park. Just working out, doing 707. And Julio was already,
That didn't hit the news. They ain't let nobody know.
Yeah.
Kept it private.
Yeah, we were just out there working out because that's the only spot we could go and everybody could get there. So I never got to play or actually be on the actual practice field with the Falcons with Julio. But you could see it then, man. He came in right out of Bama. He was.
Oh, we knew.
He was a freak.
At Bama.
Yeah.
But you did get to work with Roddy White for
we played. Me and Roddy played.
I'm about to
6 years
say,
together.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 out of my 7. Yeah.
I remember when they, I don't know if you remember this, but back then they used to do spotlight thing with the Falcons, and they would have it on Comcast on demand. I think it was one episode where I don't know if he was with Roddy White or Roddy White was playing pool, and he was just talking about sometimes it's the difficulty of catching a Michael Vick pass on the run.
Yeah. Nah, at times it wasn't easy because
he's zipping them.
Lefty, the ball does spin different.
Yeah, it does.
And Mike had a different velocity on it at times. So yeah.
Man, I definitely, it's just bringing back memories us playing the Colts on Thanksgiving, losing by 3. Man,
I remember that.
I know you do. Yeah. Yeah, my dad just had that's all we did, watch football. I wasn't even a real basketball guy yet, but I remember them L's, man. I used to take them L's real personal as a kid. People don't understand, man. Bro, don't talk to me today at school. And I got the jersey on. Don't even look at me.
And it's crazy because when I got here, you don't know all the history about the team you're going to and all that. But once Matt came, I didn't even realize they hadn't had back-to-back winning seasons.
Bro.
The entire history of the organization, 65. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to tell what Matt Ryan did to
Matt
his
came,
program.
we literally had winning seasons every single year. And so people, I know towards the end of Matt's career, they're you got to go, this and that. But Matt did a lot for
Man,
he
did a lot. I told people he changed the culture. We wasn't used to 13 games.
Yeah.
13-3.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Nah.
Matt Ryan put on.
Super Bowl?
Yep.
Come on, man. We took it for granted for sure. Them last couple years we did. I definitely give Matt Ryan's flowers.
Absolutely.
So how did you deal with injuries in the NFL? How did you deal with managing those? Because I feel now injuries is a big part. It's mostly stars. I don't know if they faking them or it's just really they really hurt. But how did you deal with injuries in the NFL and play on them, or where you had to, I don't know, train different? How did you deal with injuries?
Well, for one, I was blessed. I didn't have any major.
That's what I'm saying.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Like cracked my collarbone one training camp, no surgery, and I had like an MCL tear, and that was all I had my whole career. Besides like ankle sprains and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, it depends on. Back then, it was just like, are you hurt or are you injured?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can you go or not? Basically. Yeah. And so, a lot of guys had it in them. Like they was gonna do whatever they could to be able to play on Sunday.
Right.
And so,
and I think the money different now too. Like it's like back then. Like I feel like I said, the money is a lot different when it comes to like after your 4 years, teams are giving 80 to 100 million. Like I feel like guys have to really work for smaller, you know what I'm saying, smaller money.
Absolutely.
Like it wasn't as competitive. Like probably had a couple guys on the team really getting paid.
Yeah. Now
it's like 5 or 6 guys, and we moving you to practice squad. We're gonna reconstruct your contract 3 more years. I didn't even know about reconstructions. Like that's fairly new to me.
Yeah. No, they was doing it back then. It just wasn't, social media now blows.
Right. That's really what it is.
We know
your
every
money.
single detail, to every contract, to
Yeah.
every trade. We know everything nowadays.
So I mean, injuries. I mean, it's part of the game. So a lot of guys, even to this day, they still gonna do what they can to get back on the field, and if they can't, then they gonna shut it down because professional sports, even your backup's supposed to be able to play and go in.
Right.
But you can see like not everybody's on the same level.
Man, no.
So
because Matt Shaw, shout out to Matt Shaw, he got a bag here too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That boy got a baggie.
He was one of the best backups in the league.
He was, but he didn't have to play.
Yeah.
But when he played, it was like no drop off.
Because I think he had to play like when Matt had turf toe one year. It was like a lingering turf toe injury. Matt Schaub had to play a little
he came in through for 300.
Right. Won that game.
Next
Appreciate you, brother.
Next year, they was like, all right, Houston was like, all right, we got you.
Yeah, then he threw, I think he put up almost 5,000 with Houston.
Yeah.
Something like
Him
that.
and Andre Johnson was down there,
Andre.
You was here during the DVD era, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Talk about that, man, because for those who don't know, DVD is Dumb, Vick Duckett. They all flirted with, I think, 1,000-yard seasons in the same season. I believe Warwick and Vick actually got it, right?
I think so. I think TJ was.
Yeah, he missed
it
by just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, incredible time, in Falcons history. How was that being a part of that time?
I mean, it was fun because that's basically my rookie year, and so 2004 we go to the NFC Championship game.
04
with that crew. So I mean, and we was just
Eagles.
Yeah, you would have Vick running one way. You'd have obviously Ward, doing his thing, and then TJ would just come in and just finish.
TJ finishing it.
Yeah, he had his little thing of putting the hammer, the nail in the coffin when he scored because he knew the game was over.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so it was
Good
fun,
time.
man. It was fun. We had a great defense. We had obviously it was a reason why we made the NFC Championship.
Right. I think was Malloy there?
Yeah,
Malloy before he went to the Patriots. I hate we let Lloyd. Man.
Kevin Mathis. I mean,
that was a great year, man. I remember
Patrick Kearney, all those guys up front. Yeah. Ed Coleman. It was, and we were a veteran-led team. We had a lot of vets.
Right.
That knew what to do, knew how to play, knew how to get ready, week in and week out, and it showed. So.
I hate we let Malloy go to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like that was tough.
He got a ring with them too, didn't he?
Definitely did. I just hate I felt like he was a big part of that defense, man. But it's a business.
It's a business.
Yeah. It just hurt.
Most definitely.
Because I felt like after that it was just like went downhill for a couple years, and then the Michael Vick situation with the dogs, and then then Roddy White had the Mike Vick, free Mike Vick.
Yeah.
How was that? Like how was that time? Michael Vick in trouble. How was the locker room then? Like, how did y'all feel? What did y'all know the next direction, or everybody was just on the confused too?
It's basically you just playing for your brother because you don't know. That was the Petrino year. Obviously
that was a tough year.
So we had only won 3 or 4 games.
4 games
that year.
It was bad.
And so
Joey Harrington,
rotating between 3 quarterbacks.
Leftwich. I was like, boy, get him off the field
Leftwich,
now.
Redmond,
get him off the field. I can't watch this. Them tickets are so damn cheap.
So that was
went to a game.
Yeah, that was a tough year. That was a tough year for sure. Emmett Thomas taking over the last 3 games because Bobby had just left in the middle of the night.
Bro. I couldn't believe Bobby just dashed.
He was out of there.
Yep. So, but then just like that, you get a quarterback.
Right.
08. Right. And you go back to the playoffs.
Right. So. And it just changed the trajectory of Falcons, because if that don't happen, like, I don't even know how things look now. Like, you just don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. So,
I mean, you got a chance to play with, I would say, in my personal opinion, the top 2 quarterbacks in Falcons history. So what was the biggest difference playing with, you know, because their playing styles were different. Mike Vick was a dual threat quarterback with extreme scrambling prowess. Matt Ryan was a, you know, pocket presence with precision. So what was the biggest difference, I guess, playing with, you know, 2 great quarterbacks with very different styles of play?
I mean, you described both of them right there. I mean, Vick, sometimes you could run a route, turn around, and he's already running towards you, you know, scrambling down the field.
It gotta be frustrating sometimes.
Sometimes,
like, I'm open.
Yeah,
I'm open, bro.
Damn. Yeah. Sometimes. And then Matt, you know, Matt was all about timing. You know, he's not gonna scramble unless he just absolutely had to.
I'm glad he didn't most times. Just throw the ball, bro.
But he knew where to get the ball to and where to get the ball out of his hands, and, you know, not hold it and take sacks and things like that. So cerebral, like Matt he was always on it. And the effort he put in Monday to Saturday, you knew on Sunday, like, he was gonna be ready. You know, so he's gonna be ready to get the ball out. He's not gonna take unnecessary sacks.
Gotcha.
And so that was just kind of the difference between Mike and Matt.
See, we had a debate last
month. We did.
And people gonna look at it just fanned out because Michael Vick is Michael Vick. But I was asking people, Matt Ryan or Michael Vick Falcons history, and I said Matt Ryan, and people was like, how could you blah 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 Michael Vick this? But it's like, bro, we wasn't winning.
Well, the question was who had the biggest impact
in Atlanta history. That was the question.
Now the question was never who do we think the better quarterback is, because as much as I love Vick, and I don't expect you. You can weigh in if you want to.
To me, that's what the question was.
Now, Matt Ryan is the better quarterback. But when it comes to impact on culture and just everything Atlanta football, I said it was Michael Vick without a shadow of a doubt. Now, Matt Ryan did win more, but Mike Vick had the bigger impact on culture.
Culture in Atlanta football, it
and
can't
Atlanta
be
Falcons
Michael Vick.
It was. What do you think?
For the culture, I gotta go with Vick. For the culture.
What about
think about Atlanta and just how he brought the city to the games weekend? It felt like a club.
Like, it felt like a club.
Everybody was dressed up. Like, even like as a player, and you're looking in the stands, you're not kind of looking for your family, but you see the crowd, and you're like, I mean, people was coming and showing up, showing out. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when Seven was at his prime. Matt, obviously, people were still coming, but it may not have been as many like Matt Ryan jerseys as, let's say, Mike Vick jerseys. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you had Julio, you had Roddy, you had Mike T, you had, you know what I'm saying, all these other big-time players on the team as well. You know, so when you're just looking at the culture and the city, I'd lean more towards Vick in his time versus Matt in his time. Even though, Matt was here longer, so obviously more wins, more NFC championships, MVP. You start looking at what he actually did on the field.
Correct.
Then you kind of go more towards Matt.
And that's the reason why I went towards Matt, because of the MVP, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason, and that was my argument, because he's like, bro, before then, bro, tickets was $20.
Yeah.
$25. You know what I'm saying? But not when Vick was in. I'm just saying, like, when Vick left, it was a culture shock. Yeah, it was like damn, like, are we gonna really come back from this? And then you got this white guy coming in, and we just had a black quarterback, really successful, really not winning much, but really had the city going. And then he come out at 13-3 and do his thing. It's like, okay, let me just tune in on Sundays.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on. But that's the reason why I gravitated to Matt Ryan, because of the winning,
But Vick
the putting
was
on the
too
map.
Big, man. Vick was
colossal. The primetime games.
Yeah.
That's cool. We don't want to hear shit about them Knicks either. Hey, if you don't say nothing about the Knicks, I won't say nothing about that. That's cool. He's talking about. So we gonna be talking about it then.
So what do you think about the current trajectory of the Falcon squad that we have today? We got a very young, bright quarterback, offensive weapons across the field, a defense that's growing. We just added some key talent in the first round on the edge to add pressure to the quarterback. We got one of the best safeties in the league.
The best.
A pretty decent cornerback, I would say, in Terrell, and we just added Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman. Yeah. So what do you think about Kobe Bryant as well, undrafted? What do you think about the trajectory of the Falcons, and what do you kind of see their season playing out next year?
Man, I love what they did in the draft. Like all those young fellas, they grabbed on defense. The culture, the Falcons Nation fans been asking for pass rushers.
Last 5-6 years,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? And they went and got 2 in the first round. I wasn't mad at that at all.
People was mad and hating on us. I didn't understand that. Like, do y'all not want us to be better?
They're casuals, man. Casuals.
No, I'm talking about, like, journalists, like, the grades they was giving us. It wasn't that good. Like, they was... Why would you trade your pick next year for a pass rusher? He's 6'5" and he's lethal. Did y'all not watch college football?
They don't know JPJ.
They not watching it. And I can't wait to get out there for training camp.
Yeah. And so I hope they can turn into kind of what we've seen Philly do and evolve with them drafting young players that turn out to be dogs, doing well, have one of the best defenses in the league. Once you have that added with the young offensive talent we got now, like, we're going to score points.
You're going to score.
Oh, yeah.
So if we get turnovers, stops, giving our offense short fields, getting up on teams 14-21 now instead of it always coming down to a final drive or a final kick by Koo or something like that.
That Chiefs game,
it
hunts me. That Chiefs game hunts me.
Yep.
It's tough to win in the NFL regardless, but if we can make it just a smidge bit easier,
facts.
Where, we're not that last drive, our defense has to make a play, this and that. Man,
you love the kicker until he miss. And it's like, damn, I done won 6 games this year. Can you give me? Can we get the quarterback to win? So I feel it, and that's why I'm not really like giving Koo like that, because Koo done won hella games for us. Oh my goodness, that's why he got paid.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm not gonna sit here and say Koo had a bad year last year, but not really. He just didn't win the games we wanted him to win. He didn't kick 59 yards with a bad hip. Right. So you know what I'm saying. So we gotta. Like you said, we got to make it a smidge a little easier for us to just win these games we're supposed to win, too. Let's win the games we're supposed to win.
If we can win the NFC South, which Tampa is running the show.
I hate Tampa, but they do what they're supposed to do every season.
That's it.
And we beat Bucks twice last year. They still end up in the playoffs.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Bucks don't go to the playoffs, we don't even know what that roster look like. Yeah. And we really helped them keep that roster together. Like,
So first things first, they got to win the division.
That's it.
So they win the division. Get that home playoff game. Right.
That's why
do you predict that we could potentially win the division this year?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They should have won it last
season. Because I know there's a lot of hope here in Atlanta. Like, I even went and got season tickets this summer. Like, I've been a Falcons fan my whole life, and obviously I couldn't get my own season tickets until I became an adult. Yeah. But since I've been an adult and able to, I still decided not to go get season tickets all these last couple years because I'm such a fan. Like, I hate to see us lose, and I don't want to like spend money and like invest money into losing.
They don't do nothing but go up every year.
But with this newfound belief, that Falcons fans have in the recent year or so, I went on a limb and went out, and I hope they don't let me down, and I hope we can really win.
Be all right, man. I think this year we're gonna be good.
I do think they're going to be a really good.
This is a hot seat year.
We got a lot of primetime games. Like, we don't embarrass us primetime, please. Yeah. What's up, H?
What do you think Justin Fields is going to do this year with the Jets?
Oh, God.
This man here.
All right, go ahead and answer it, Mike. Just no more questions, H.
I mean, I'm always rocking with Fields because he's an old State guy, and
Georgia boy too.
Georgia boy, he's been to my church a few times. Okay. Like, just good kid all the way around, man. So I'm always rooting for Justin to do well. And so hopefully they give him a fair shot. He should be the starter going in.
They don't pay him. They gave him the money.
And he's kind of back with a couple of Buckeyes up there.
You see what you see this year? Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to you, H.
Shout out to you. I don't see it.
Nah.
We worry about these Falcons, right? Back to Falcons.
Yeah, let's get back on
to the
task.
But so, do you believe like we can playoffs this year?
Oh, yeah.
I believe too.
Absolutely.
But that's just me being a fan.
Yeah.
That's
I believe
the thing.
every year.
I know.
Yeah,
That's the thing, bro. Like
yeah.
Ritter too. I'm like, bro, the division not that good. Let's just win.
We had a chance to win that.
We did. Came down to that
This
Panthers
year,
game looked so bad.
I think the Falcons are not going to Falcon this year.
Let's hope not.
But they gonna.
That's the thing. That's
Falcons hopefully turn into something positive.
You don't even have to explain it.
Hopefully one day, like when I say the Falcons gonna Falcon, it'll be a positive thing.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's how things go in the recent years.
I'm hoping the defense just come with it. People didn't want to let Grady Jarrett go, but I think they loosened up a little bit when they saw we added 2 pass rushers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was big for me. I would love to try to add Jalen Ramsey, but if we can't, so be it. I would love to have 2 great corners. With young talent on D-line, I mean, they may have to lean upon, I thought maybe we'll bring back Judon.
Yeah.
I would like to have Judon.
I would love to bring Judon back. He didn't get the really full potential. He was in coverage last year.
Yeah.
That wasn't the best I haven't seen Judon in coverage like that except
he hasn't been signed yet, right?
No, that's a Madden thing.
Yeah. It's kind of surprising.
Very surprising. But if we can bring him back on a small deal for him to be that
that'd
guy,
be awesome for us.
he can come back.
Yeah.
But
and then mentor the younger guys.
I got high hopes this year, man. We'll be in training camp. I'm training camp day 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing? What was the hardest thing about being in the NFL, and what was your favorite thing about being in the NFL?
Hardest thing about being in the NFL, probably. I mean, no matter where you get drafted or how much you're getting paid, like they're always looking to replace you. Okay. Like they're always looking for. It's your job. That's your livelihood, especially when you start that family and all that. Right. It's like you gotta go out and fight for your job every year. Right. And so it's not really at the forefront, but you always know. You always know in the back of your mind, if I'm not performing, you know what I'm saying, then you go from not starting to all of a sudden, okay, are you gonna play special teams? Okay, if not, then they trying to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the hardest thing, just mentally, just staying where you need to be. Funnest thing about the NFL?
Or funnest / favorite, whichever one. Whichever one.
Oh man, I mean it's hard to pick one.
You can name a couple things.
I mean, locker room with the guys, just being around the fellas.
Right.
I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, man.
Okay.
A lot of different personalities, a lot of different people, different schools, New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Right. New York.
Yeah.
What's the best city you've been to traveling every week, every Sunday? What's the best city you'd be like, yo, I enjoy?
Like, I'm finna have fun this weekend.
Well, it's different in NFL. It's not like NBA or Major League Baseball, because when we go to a city, it's straight to the hotel.
Right, it is like that.
You get like 2 hours, and maybe if you got family or somebody you know in town, maybe grab a bite, see them, and then you got meetings, and you got curfew. You got curfew.
Like military.
And then it's in the morning, straight to the game, from the stadium straight to the airport.
Right.
Okay, so you don't really
NBA, like they chilling, they can go do what they want to do, go out in the city, baseball, road trips, and all that. So
What you doing, brother?
It's always been like that though. So it's in and out. So we don't really get to enjoy the city when we go somewhere. It's more so which stadium do you kind of like, which environment is wild.
Well, what's the funnest stadium you played in?
Seattle's fun to play
with the 12th
in.
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you get them quiet, that's fun. New
New
Orleans.
Orleans.
New Orleans.
I'm about to say it gotta be New Orleans.
Yeah. Especially as a Falcon.
Yeah.
I mean, we hate those guys.
They start playing their music and all that.
I never go to a
I can't stand them guys.
I never go to a game in New Orleans. Never. I never pay them. I could never buy a piece of popcorn in a New Orleans stadium.
Only against the Falcons, I would.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go.
Only against the Falcons.
We already outmatched too. I ain't got time to be yelling at the fan.
We've been had to fight in there.
We straight. Come to Atlanta. We'll see you when you come to the A. And I feel like that rival is the biggest rival. In the NFL by far. I think that's the biggest rival. Nobody else
especially
really,
as a Falcons fan.
Well, I think the NFL just treated it as a big one too. I don't see a lot of teams like really like Falcons versus Saints rival game. I don't see that.
Nah, there's only one.
It's some big rivalries, man.
No, what the hell? Stop that.
It's more Baltimore what's it, Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
Really?
That's a big rival.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Baltimore, because they right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. I don't know too many rival teams though.
It's a lot. I was watching the
maybe because we're not fans.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching a football fantasy show on YouTube the other day, and they was talking about the top. It was like a Family Feud type thing, and they was showing the top rivalries and it's different because as a Falcons fan, of course the Saints are gonna be the biggest thing for us.
Right.
But nationally, it's probably not really the Falcons and Saints because everybody don't really watch the Falcons and Saints.
Nationally, it's more like Vikings, Packers.
Yeah, like Dallas and Giants or Eagles or
Dallas,
something.
Philly.
That shouldn't even
stuff
be a
like
rival
that.
because they do them so bad.
I mean, but it is though.
You gotta turn it off. You gotta turn that rival off.
Nationally speaking,
you gotta pause that one.
But like in Georgia, absolutely.
Yeah, but they got some rivals gotta be paused if it's not back if we've been beating y'all last 7 years,
But the Cowboys fans they're delusional.
Just got good. They've been bad.
They're delusional. Those fans are. They not, and it's too many of them.
I'm seeing kids, Dallas fans. I be confused.
It's too many of them.
Real confused.
It's going down the lineage. Just loser organization, but we're not gonna get into that.
So I'm guessing your favorite play in the dome is Matt Ryan throwing you that touchdown, 62 yards.
That's one for sure. There was another one that later on that year we played Chicago when we hit a corner out to basically put us in field goal position to win the game. That was another big one.
Ryan was real good at getting us in field goal position to win the game. I ain't gonna lie.
2-minute drill, top tier.
Boy, top tier, boy.
Oh yeah, we always got it done.
Man, yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
Facts. We just got to get it done this year, man. You gonna be at training camp?
I might make a practice or two.
Yeah. I hate that they close it off. Last year, that's when I knew things wasn't really looking good. We came on the show bro, I don't see a schedule for training camp.
Yeah.
So I knew something Kirk wasn't. We knew off rip. We knew something was going on with Kirk, and then the backup Taylor came out and said Michael was looking better in practice, and then they end up trading him.
Yeah.
Quickly after that, boy, hush, boy. Yeah. But I'm excited about going to training camp this year,
absolutely.
just because I think day one, just come out and pass.
Just come out and pass.
Just come on out and pass. No, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, you're a part of my childhood, so.
Yeah, like I said before the show, I think I met you at the Boys and Girls Club when I was a kid, man.
Probably.
It was you and D'Angelo Hall. Y'all pulled up to the Evander Holyfield Boys and Girls Club. I was on the flag football team at the time. I was the quarterback or whatever. So y'all came and talked to us and said a little something. Yeah. It was like when you're a kid, I remember. Yeah. That was an Atlanta Falcon just came and talked to us. So that was super dope. And then to have you on the show, today, that put a lot of things in retrospect and full circle. So we definitely appreciate you, pulling up today and talking to us and allowing us that opportunity for sure.
One more thing, NIL. How you feel about that, man? How you feel about college players getting paid and the money they're making? I feel like you would have been a top NIL guy.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had it back when I was playing. I mean, I'm all for it, man. It's a lot of money in college sports.
It is.
And a lot of people see it from the football side. Obviously, those guys are going to make the most money, get the most recognition because the money that they bring in for each university. But I'm happy for all the other sports too. So soccer, volleyball, things like that. These girls and
they make money for the schools.
They can make money too, and now they can be on TikTok and get endorsements, and where before you couldn't get none of that. They could have
locked off.
They could have a lot of people see the lady Livy Dunn or whatever from LSU gymnastics. She got 5 million followers. Now she can get paid off of that versus where before she couldn't. So. I'm all for it. I had my daughter played college soccer. My son's playing college football right now.
Okay, what school?
My daughter graduated from Mercer down in Macon.
Okay.
Then my son's at South Alabama in Mobile. Right now.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
Wide receiver as well?
Wide receiver, yeah.
Okay. Same 6'4"?
Nah, he's about 6'1".
Okay. Okay.
Still a good size.
Yeah, good size.
We're going to check him out.
Yeah.
You're part of the family too now.
Yeah, they come up here and play. They play Georgia State this year. So,
okay. Yeah. We had to tap in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We big sports fans now. Don't give me a good time. I'll pull up to an event.
I definitely go to the game.
Nah,
I work up there, so
appreciate that.
That's what's up. And one more thing, I got to slip this in. The receiver room now, you got Drake London. I mean, how do you feel? But
Pitts.
How do you feel about Drake London though? Because I feel like he's not getting those flowers. Like how he is it because he a Falcon?
Nah, I would say because he's a Falcon. I mean, Julio got his flowers.
Yeah,
he balled out.
Yeah, but
it's just one of those things. It's almost like Mike Evans. Mike Evans probably the most underrated. I want to say underrated.
He is. I agree.
He just don't get the same recognition.
And he get 1,000 every year. 1,000 every year.
He's just
Super
one of the
Bowl
most
champion.
consistent receivers out there. Get 1,000 yards in 10 straight seasons.
Man, that's crazy.
Production.
It ain't like he just like trying to like he hiking for it. Like no, he open.
Yeah,
he open.
So I think he's just kind of on that same kind of trajectory, as far as recognition and all that. But Drake is baller, man.
I think he's a star.
Great hands.
I think he's a superstar.
Yeah.
I think his recognition is on the way too.
Yeah, so,
it's taking people a little bit longer to catch on.
We got 5 nationals.
Yeah, but you heard we talked about what Penix said, last week on the show.
Yeah.
And he said they're going to know about him this year, or I don't know if that's the exact quote, but something along those lines.
And he'll really get a chance to take that to another level because, like you said, all the primetime games we got. So if he ball out in those games where the commentators are just bringing his name up constantly, and then you get into those, like, playoff situations, makes a big play, Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll come. Right. Yeah, so he just got to keep doing his thing.
Absolutely.
But What?
Come on, man. Here H go.
But hey, Mike, go ahead and count us down, man. This man.
Hey, any shout outs that you want to kind of get off before we end the show?
I appreciate you guys, man, for having us on, doing the podcast, getting people to come out, man. So everybody's come out, support, continue to watch these boys do their thing, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Hey, appreciate that for sure. We definitely gonna give you your flowers. We got a all-time great Falcon, in my opinion, in the building right now. Y'all been tuned in to the Players Den podcast. It's your boy Wayne.
Tone.
Mike Jenkins.
And we out, baby.
Yes, sir. We out.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man. Let's get a picture real quick.